We would like to apologize in advance for the poor audio. Unfortunately, our sound system was not working as it intended, and some of the sound bites are really low. You may need to turn up the volume during those bits. Again, our apologies for the sound quality throughout this video. Hopefully, it will get better in upcoming videos with our new sound system. Welcome to Mobile Adventures. Because this is what happened. So we got all this done behind us. We put a hanging shelf down there, and we were going to put a shelf right above bins, and then another short shelf in between the green bins and the top shelf. And there's the top shelf. My husband had a brilliant idea, which required us to go back to Home Depot, which we were going to anyway. He is going to rip all of this out that he just put in and install it on this side. We're going to do it and see, hopefully, fingers crossed, it looks great. If it doesn't, then we can use the extra supplies in the other closet. Okay. This is demolition, deconstruction. All the hard work done yesterday.
So if we wanted to be one of those people, I've got the title for this video.
What?
He had to rip the whole thing out and start over. There's a wall that goes up there, so I should be able to hit a stud up there. But see, and that's where I was getting at. I don't need to carry that thing all the way up, so I need to remove this one so that the other one can go up, so that not only can I hit those, but I can hit the top stud that's in the top cap of the wall.
Okay.
Now, for the time being, that one I can leave there. 62.5. We were moving from one wall to the other. This side we had a stud at the very top, so I was guaranteed to hit wood. Here, because we're down on the wall and that wooden stud is up top, the top cap, I can't hit it, so I'm going to have to hit all of the studs, which doesn't align with any of the holes. So what we're going to have to do is get this thing level where we're going to put it, and then mark where I want the new holes to go. Basically, there should be one right about here, about there, about there, and one in the very end. Here on the very end, we're going to put one up high to hit the cap. And I also need to trim out this batten. So in the past, I've just pulled the whole strip off, but this time I'm just going to cut it out.
He has to remove the batten anyway, because that's where the hanging strip goes.
Yep.
We'll put in all these and then we'll be back once he's done.
No stud over here. Technically these are allowed to hang, but when they're just hanging, they're kind of floppy. I like to put a wall anchor back here just to kind of snug it up. Even though it's not really very load bearing, it keeps these from flopping around, making noise, banging, and everything else. So the ones that I like to use are basically these. They're basically one that you just screw straight in. It bores itself into the sheetrock and screws itself into the sheetrock so it's nice and flush. So I usually just pre-drill a hole where I'm going to put it after marking it off and then screw those in. So basically drill a hole in the sheetrock, back it up. So this basically just goes right in the end of your screwdriver. And that's it. Then you basically screw a screw through into those. In the other ones, there was actually a stud that I could hit behind the sheetrock. This is only because there's no stud behind the sheetrock here.
Oh, now the first real step. Putting the spikes in.
No, I'm not commenting.
Testing for height. Now he is going to go cut a shelf. A quick overview of the closet. He put in the top bracket with the 5 hanging brackets. And we are going to test a shelf. They have several different shelves systems or wire shelves. This one is specifically for clothes, and even though we'll only have 1 rack of clothes, we have these particular shelves at home, so we are going to use them for everything in this closet. This is the shelf we cut when we had it against the back wall, but we're going to be able to reuse this on this side. When we started this project, this rack was completely filled with clothes, and I asked him to go through it and get rid of things that were way too big, didn't fit, or were just too messed up. And we're going to take those and donate them somewhere.
Well, let's see. So for one thing, I threw away half my clothes. Didn't fit. Looked bad. It was just trashy old stuff. She finally found a way to get me to throw away all those guy shirts that it's like, man, this thing's just starting to feel good. So what if it's got holes and stains and it's at that comfortable spot, baby?
But it's okay to have 1 or 2 or 5 of them.
I only had 1 or 2 or 5 shelves up. She had no problem throwing away half of my clothes. Now let's go do that in her closet and see what she says.
The Purge of 2019.
After installing everything on the one wall and getting it completely done and standing back and looking at it, I noticed something and I came up with an idea. And I should have kept my mouth shut.
What's really funny is that I tried to tell him it wouldn't work. And he kept convincing me, and he was so convincing that it would be a great idea that I went, sure, let's go for it.
And I was what?
He may have been slightly
Not wrong.
Not wrong, because this fix enabled us to get all of the towels and linens, and the towels weren't in here before. The towels in here, and the linens were on the floor in here on a shelf.
We went from having 44 inches, primarily 2 shelves and hitting a ceiling, to by moving it over here we have 2 primary shelves that are 63 inches. And because we can go higher up, we were able to kind of move that shelf up, free up more space into here to add some extra shelves in. This is the new setup that we have.
And I think I'm going to love it.
Like most projects, everything always winds up, what was it Mike Tyson said? Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
This is completely, I mean, like, never in any inkling did this configuration come into my mind or even his mind. I mean, originally my thought was shelves in the back and then sort of like we have over here, but shorter.
Yeah. I mean, this was one of our initial thoughts, but at that time it was just 2 shelves closed all the way across top and bottom. Thinning the clothes herd definitely allowed this project to go this direction.
But because the clothes back here come out this far, it shortens the doorway, which was just not okay with me. But shortening up the clothes, or getting rid of half of his clothes so that it was this far in.
Yeah, I would say what grand total, the initial investment was about 140. 130, and then an additional 140.
Yeah.
So, give or take, gas and everything, probably about $300 total to convert from what we had to this.
And we have an extra shelf left over that's a little bit longer than this one.
And technically, we still have some brackets left over. So maybe a little bit less than 300 in the end.
The reason why we like the closet Maid over the Rubbermaid is the depth of the hanging track. The Rubbermaid is a lot deeper, so it takes up what?
Yeah, I think the Rubbermaid is like an inch thick almost for their brackets, where these are only about a ½ inch thick. So it basically fits closer to the wall. And I just like the look of it. I like the look of these brackets better than the Rubbermaid. I like the way they click into the track better than the Rubbermaid. Okay, well, thanks for taking this journey with us.
And by the way, not all of his pants went away. There's only 4 pair of pants hanging up, but the rest of them are in the bins.
Yeah, it's summer. Batman don't wear pants in the summer.
That's it.
Okay, let's get out of here. It's getting hot.
I told you I'd get a closet by the end of the week.
My planer will be here Monday.
Blooper!
And pause while I go get the correct screwdriver bit.
Seriously?
Blooper.
You see, what had happened was we had the shelves on the back wall and decided we had to move them over here to the side wall. Here I am in a closet that's not going to take me off. All right.
I'm done.
What? Let's see, can I get in here? And this has nothing to do with that lady on Netflix. What's her name?
Oh.
Marie something.
Oh.
Spark joy. Oh, this closet sparks me so much joy. Now, what's really funny is, what are you doing behind me?
Nothing.
I saw that video.
Nothing.